Alright guys, welcome back to the Dark Souls 3 walkthrough, Indiana Jones style. In this episode we're going to take on two bosses, Osiris and Champion Gundyr. We'll get the Chaos Blade and we'll find our farming spot where we can farm infinite large Titanite shards, which is huge because we can get all our weapons to +6. What's good about the farming spot is that it will always drop. You'll at least, at minimum, get a large Titanite shard every single time. And you have a rare chance of getting a chunk, so it works out pretty well. Major lag here, guys. I don't know what happened, but we're just going to go ahead and edit right here. Now, that door right there to the right is a shortcut we will open up later. But you want to come over here and get this soul item. Now, run past this guy and just get on the lift. Sometimes he'll follow you in here, sometimes he won't. Now, as you're going down the lift for the first time, pan the camera down so you can see the land in front of you and just jump off. And turn right and make sure you get the Estus shard right here. And then you're going to get a chunk as you drop off. This area is pretty laggy. I don't know what was going on. And you want to stay here. Now, don't get in this gunk because it's toxic and there's no way to heal toxic right now. There's some pus of man in here, but we're not going to fight them right now. We just want to get to the boss. Stay to the left of this tree, and usually you won't draw aggro from the other pus of man. Now there are two knights here. Again, we're lagging. Oh boy, this is bad, guys. Okay. You want to stay to the right here and just get to the boss right here. Man, this lag is a problem. I didn't know it was this bad. This boss is not terribly difficult because we can bleed him out, and he has very telegraphed attacks. The second phase can be a little tricky, but there's a way to get him locked into an animation, a cycle of attacks over and over. But what you want to do is get to his leg here, or his knee, and just keep on him. If he does that magic attack with the water, get out of it because it'll hurt you very quickly. Sometimes he'll spam it for a while. He has a tail attack too, but that's actually a good attack in the second phase. Man, this lag is really bad. I apologize, guys. I don't know what happened with the lag in this one. But you have to be very careful with your spacing here because he can hit you with his staff, and that hurts really bad. But if the closer you get to him, the safer you are, really. Might get a pop shot in a few times if he does his magic, but you do have to get away from him. It won't take long for him to get mad. Once you bleed him out once, he's going to get close to the second phase. Now he's in his second phase. Try to get a full bar of stamina and go to town on him. Get a few more licks in before he goes into his raging attack. You want to follow him wherever you just want to be on his heels the whole time. Don't let him rest. And be careful of that spin attack. He will do it, but it's very telegraphed with the head. He'll tilt his head just a little bit and you'll know he's about to do it. The most dangerous attack he has is his charge attack, which will take at least half your health, at least. You got to be very careful, but he's just going to go back and forth. See, you got to be careful. There's the tail attack right there. But this is the easiest of the three bosses we're going to fight. We did the dancer already. This is the easiest of the three. Champion Gundyr is the hardest. But yeah, you got to stay on his heels. You can just keep following him. The more you leave him alone, the more likely he's going to fly up and do another attack. You don't want to get him out of this cycle where he's running back and forth. You just want to keep doing it. We got lucky there with the tail right there. Easy attack on him. Now if he does his breath, it's okay, but just get ready for him to charge because he usually charges out of that. What you want him to do is his tail attack every time. if he is going to attack after doing that, you definitely want it to be the tail attack. Like that. And that's it, guys. He's a very easy boss once you know that what he's going to do. At this point, we should have over 120,000 souls, and we're going to get 60+ more from Champion Gundr. Now, if you want to, you can make a backup save at this point. I'm not going to use any of my souls because I'm not ready to, and I don't want to use anything but Dex when I get back to Firelink and a few in Strength. Now, there's an enemy coming up that's quite difficult. I actually struggled with him. He's easy to kill if you can get him to do his neck attack. Then you can just run behind him and backstab him. And I thought I could just run behind him and backstab him, and boy, was I wrong. He nearly kills me here. So this is quite embarrassing how much I struggled with this guy. He'll bleed you out very fast, too. He's got some, I think it's bandit knives. I don't know, he's got something that bleeds the hell out of you. But I was trying to get behind him because I had backstabbed him many times before. But not this time, of course. Yeah. He's a very formidable opponent. He can be. Right there is the gesture you'll need to get to an optional area. And you definitely want to pick that up. But first we got to deal with this butthole. Yeah, he was really giving me some problems. At first I thought I was going to die. I was kind of in panic mode at this point. I was like, I just can't get behind this guy. Just look at the damage he's doing to me. Finally get the better of him up here, but this is not what I wanted to struggle with here. Taking up a lot of my time. When he does his neck attack, he's vulnerable to a backstab. Finally, we got him. Good riddance, man. Get it. Make sure you get the Titanite scale, and make sure you get the gesture, Path of the Dragon. The way forward is through an illusionary wall. We're now in the Untended Graves. This is where we'll fight Champion Gundr and get the Chaos Blade. Later on, we'll get the Hornet Ring. But this is probably the most important area for our run because this is where we're going to do our farming. Not just for souls, but, well, we're going to get souls, you know, as we're getting the Titanite shards. The large Titanite shards are infinite here. They always drop from the enemies. And if they don't drop, a chunk will drop instead, which is even better, so you can't lose here. Make sure you have your Cestus equipped and some gold pine resin, because we're going to use it on Champion Gundr. The Cestus is a 100% must. We are going to parry this boss. There are other ways to kill him, but the easiest way is to parry him. If you're not good at parrying, I didn't want to use this in any of my walkthroughs, but you have to just get good. You have to learn how to parry. In this game, parrying is the way to kill this boss. This boss is very easy to parry, actually. There are some occasions where he won't. For some reason, I could have sworn I should have got him, and I didn't. Now, right here, you could get some pop shots in, but we don't want to mess with the timing and the spacing here. Just wait for his weapon to come forward and go for the repost. Now, there are ways to heal and repost, and you'll see me do that, because in the second phase, you're not going to have much time to heal. He's not going to let you heal. He's going to put on the pressure 100% all the time. So you have to combine healing and attacking. But you have to be pretty close to him in order to accomplish this, and you'll see me do it a few times. After about 5 parries, he'll go into his second phase. And you'll see me apply the gold pine resin when I'm ready, when I know he's about to go into it. About right here, I think. So parry him to get a window and activate. Now, for some reason, he didn't immediately go into it. He should have went into it there, but he'll definitely go into it here. And he still tries to do an attack, but now he'll always open with a charge. And I would just recommend backing up and just wait until he's about to attack you again. The timing on that charge is very hard to learn. It took me a while. But you want to bait out his attacks that are easy to parry, like that one. So stay back in his second phase. Keep backpedaling. And you just want to get to where you can get another easy attack to parry, like this one. But you see, I didn't make it that time for some reason. And there's the heal attack combination. You'll definitely need to learn how to do that. You need to smash that right bumper as fast as possible if you're using the Xbox controller. But yeah, you want to stay away from him to parry him. You don't want to be close to him. You want to stand... After you parry him, just back up. And hopefully he'll do his charge move or another easy parryable attack. If you can learn how to parry him, this boss will not give you trouble anymore. But he does have one attack that's very, very damaging to you, and it's the timing. You're not always going to see it coming. And you'll see, I think I already got hit by it, I'm not sure though. No, I think he hasn't got me with it yet. But the overhead smash is easy to parry too. Learning how to parry the charge move is the key. But that's the easiest one to parry right there. It has a long wind up. Just want to keep backing up and keep baiting him until I think it's close. I know he hits me with that one move. No, I guess not. But yeah, if you just keep backing up, bait him into that charge move, and sometimes when you parry, you'll still take damage. Make the use of it. If you do take damage from parrying, you might want to just consider healing. And that's it. Parrying is the key to victory. You must learn how to parry this guy. Now, right here is the Black Knight Glaive. I guess it's the halberd from Dark Souls 1. Now there are some Black Knights ahead that you can farm if you want their gear, but we're not using that gear for this walkthrough. We just want Chaos Blade and the Coiled Sword Fragment and the Blacksmith Hammer. The Blacksmith Hammer we're going to use to trade with the crows to get a Titanite Skill. We need to get 15 Titanite Skills, so we are going to start getting those and going out of our way to get Titanite Skills because we want to upgrade our Demon Fist when we get it. It's going to be the only boss weapon we upgrade. It's basically a fire fist weapon that has an amazing moveset. So I wanted to use it in this build. Now this is a very precious item, the Coiled Sword Fragment. This is an infinite homeward bone, so it's priceless. You could trade it to the crows for a slab, but like I said before, I'm not doing that. It's too good of an item. And it's a fast homeward bone, like I mentioned before, and we're gonna put it on display in this walkthrough, and you'll see how it can get you out of trouble. Now there are some other areas, but we're not going to go to them. There's a hidden illusionary wall that leads to something, and like some Firekeeper eyes or something that gives you a different ending. But I'm not interested in that right now. Just want to get Chaos Blade. But it's down there somewhere. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, there's a Black Knight that will come and interrupt you. If he sees you, you can hear his armor clanking when he starts coming at you. Just get your Coiled Sword Fragment ready to get out of here. Once you get Chaos Blade, you're done. There is the Hornet Ring, but we can't get it yet because we haven't killed the Abyss Watchers. And it will not appear until you kill the Abyss Watchers. So on to the shrine we go. Now we have some souls to spend. A lot of them. 200,000 plus souls. And we're going to invest in dexterity most definitely. But first, we are going to upgrade our weapons. We're going to get Chaos Blade to +2. And we're going to get our sharp, we're going to infuse our Sharp Whip and get it to +2 as well. Don't forget to use your Estus Flasks with Andre. But you want to infuse the whip with the Sharp Gem. Now the Sharp infusion will take away base damage, but it will give you better dexterity scaling. And now we're going to get Chaos Blade to +2. We can't wield Chaos Blade yet because we got to get our strength to 16, but we're fixing to rectify that. We're going to go ahead and buy more Titanite shards. Very convenient to have the ability to buy the shards. Now our whip is at +2. I just decided to go ahead and keep buying the shards to get the whip up even more. Just get it to +3. Now we're just going to pop all our souls before we go to the maiden. To the firekeeper. We should have a little over 200,000 even after spending money on the Titanite shards and upgrades. We should be able to get our dexterity to 36 and our strength to 16. That's our goal. With all this, we should be able to get our dex up that much.
Welcome home, speak then. Very well, then touch take never.
But first, the strength. We need it at 16. Eventually, we're going to need it at 18 because we want to be able to use the Arbalest, but we don't have... We're not going to get the Arbalest for a while, so just 16 for now, and then rest in dex. Now we can ditch our Uchi Katana forever. We are not going to need it anymore. The Chaos Blade has already surpassed it. And we haven't even upgraded it but to +2. So, let's go ahead and do that. And we're going to have our Cestus, of course. Well, we haven't upgraded our Cestus or anything else, but we're going to do that in a little bit. This is what we're going to start doing, is grinding. You don't have to grind as much as I did, but I'm just OCD. Make sure you put the blood bite ring on before doing this, because these guys do a hell of a lot of bleed, and you want to have some additional bleed resistance. But we're going back to Untended Graves. And what you want to do is kill these 2 Grave Wardens. They have these blades that they will do incredible bleed damage, and they just keep doing combos. So you have to be careful and bait out their attacks and know when you can go in. But you'll get the timing down. You can swing about 3 times with Chaos Blade before having to recharge your stamina. But they'll always open with that, well, usually. Then you want to hit them 3 times and back away. Then hit them again. And then back away again. And just finish them off. They always drop large Titanite shards. And like I said before, if they don't, they'll drop a chunk. And sometimes they'll drop their gear and their weapon. So the idea here is I want to get 84 large Titanite shards. Again, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. But I wanted to upgrade all my weapons to +6. Well, all the weapons besides the whip and the Chaos Blade. I want to get everything to +6. Even the weapons that I intend to use in the future. So basically I was farming for the entire run here. All the large Titanite shards I would need for the entire run. So 84 is what I calculated it out to be. So I'm done farming now. Let's take a look at my spoils. You make sure you put your fire knife on now. But you see I have 84 large Titanite shards. And I got some chunks too, but don't depend on getting chunks. I think I got like 3 drops in that whole farming, about an hour and a half of farming. Now, Titanite scales are going to be important too. Like I said, we need 15 of those. We only have 2. But the good news is there's some in this area from the Godzilla Titanite lizards. But now we're going to go get some chunks. We want to kill these guys again. when you'll get in trouble if you get greedy with these guys. That's when you'll get in trouble. And don't take too long, because this guy's on patrol, and if you take too long fighting one of them, the other one will join the fight if he sees you. It's the last thing you want. And you certainly don't want the dogs to join in too. That's why we got the fire knife equipped here. So usually you can just bait out one of the dogs. We're just going to get the chunk here. This one will give chase. Just wait for him. Don't run away from him. He'll come. Again, fire is their weakness. They'll get on their back and they can't do anything. Another chunk is up here, guarded by another dog. Now there's a ring that we're probably not going to use. It's based on the magic meter, but it gives you more back, I think, when you drink. But we don't have the flask, so we don't really need it, but I'm just going to get it anyway. I don't even fight these guys. Just run and get it and get back to the bonfire. They will follow you to the bonfire. One of them has followed me all the way to the bonfire. So just be careful of that. The faster you get to the bonfire, the less likely they'll follow you, though. Now, let's go back to Firelink Shrine and upgrade our weapons to +6, which include our cestus, a crossbow, and bandit knife. We don't have enough to get the whip to +9. We don't have enough chunks, and we don't have any twinkling titanite to get our chaos blade any further just yet. But we will rectify that relatively soon. I'm going to buy about 24 regular shards here. We need to upgrade the cestus. The cestus has never been upgraded, so we need at least 12 to do that. And the crossbow, well, the arbalest we don't have yet, but we want to have enough shards to do that once we have it. We've already infused the sharp whip and the fire knife. I don't know what I was thinking there. Now, let's go ahead and do the fire bandit knife. This is still going to be a really good weapon to use against certain enemies, like dogs and enemies weak to fire, so we want it to be upgraded. Of course, it doesn't scale with anything, but it's going to give us more damage. We managed to get it up. Now we're going to do the whip. We're going to go ahead and use our chunks. That'll get us to +8. We still need more chunks, though. And then we're going to use the cestus. There we go. We still need more shards to do the crossbow. They can buy quite enough. We're still going to need 12 more shards to use on the arbalest once we get it. But we're not going to get that for a while, so guess we'll just come back here and get it later. But the regular light crossbow will serve us well until we get our hands on the arbalest. We're going to get Avalon eventually, but that's not until the end game, guys. It's nearly the end game. But it'll be there. We'll make it part of the build, but we're definitely not going to get it for a long time. We want to get our strength to 18 so we can wield arbalest, and we're going to upgrade our dex to 37. You should have enough souls if you farmed, well, if you farmed as much as I did. For sure, you'll be able to upgrade at least a few times. Now we're going to go back to the consumed garden area, and we're going to pick up a titanite chunk and a titanite scale. We're going to get a ring, and I think that's it. And we're going to open up a shortcut. That's it, yeah. So the chunk, the scale, shortcut, and a ring. And alternatively, you can use this path to get to the boss too if you want to. It's actually kind of quicker in a way if you have to keep waiting for the lift to come up. If you took the first route and you keep dying to Osiris for some reason. So as before, but this time we've sent the lift down, so we have to wait for the lift to come back up. Now, like I said, most of the time he won't come in here, but you have to pull the lever and wait. Just pan the camera and make sure he doesn't come through the door. If he does, you can kind of play Ring Around the Rosie with him around the gap, and sometimes he'll kill himself by going into the hole there, and sometimes he'll land inside the elevator, so it's 50-50. So as before, we're just going to jump off. Go right here. But this time, we're going to take a different route. Usually this knight up here will not aggro if you run behind him. The problem is the pus of man that will follow you into the damn elevator. It's a pain in the ass. I hate those things. But yeah, just run around this guy. For some reason, he doesn't want to come out of that circle. But this pus of man here, you're going to have to aggro him because you have to run past him. The chunk is right in front of us. We're not going to go into the sludge and get that other item. It's not a chunk, so don't really care about it right now. But yeah, the pus of man, yeah, he's pretty persistent. You think you're safe in this elevator? Think again. Here he comes. Look at that. Just ridiculous. Just to ruin your day. But we're going to open up the shortcut, and then we're going to take the lift down and jump off of it to find another unlockable area. And that's where you'll go if you want to get to the boss. But this will take you back to the beginning, where that door was that you couldn't get through. But here's your scale. Now there's some thralls in here that will get buffed by this enemy. He's buffing them right now, and you see they're glowing. So they're definitely going to be they're already formidable opponents now. You buff them, and I don't even want to know. So they're quite a pain in the ass, the thralls. And we're going to face a lot of those in Cathedral of the Deep, which we'll get to in the next episode. But these guys are pushovers. Our Chaos Blade is going to take them out no problem. There's your chunk. Or another chunk, actually. We got 2 chunks for coming in here. Forgot to equip the whip, because it's going to be our main weapon from here on out. Of course, we're still going to use Chaos Blade and some other things, but this is our bread and butter now, the whip. It does great sweeping damage. It's got great range. It's very good for crowd control. The one-handed R2s are very, very, very good for crowd control. Sweeping left to right. The range is pretty remarkable, actually. I was kind of surprised at how good it was. So right here, pan your camera again. And this lag, I just don't understand. Oh my god, I apologize, guys. This lag is not very good. There's the ring there, and here is where you would drop off if you were going to the boss. That's the area right there. The boss fog is that way. But let's get out of here, and we're going to go back to the Untended Graves to kill some Godzilla crystal lizards to get some more Titanite scales. We're trying to hoard these because not too long we're going to get the Demon Fist, and we're going to want to upgrade that as much as possible. But we need 15 Titanite scales, and those are not easy to come by, so whenever we can get them, we're going to get them. Now the problem with these giant lizards are, in this area there's 2 of them, and fighting 2 of any enemy is of this size and that can deal this much damage is kind of dangerous. So we're going to bait one of them to come to us by aggroing it with the crossbow. And you can see I died here, so we're going to ember up. Try to save as many embers as you can for boss fights, but yeah, I died to the dogs there, very embarrassingly actually, because the dogs are guarding the area that we have to go to. I keep wanting to use something else besides the fire knife, but the fire knife is the way to go. I mean, I keep saying, well, I'm going to use the fire knife, and I use something else, and then I get killed by the dogs. Again, don't get too cute with these guys. They do a lot of damage to you quick. Now, we got to get all these dogs out of the way. Soften him up a little bit. Well, actually, we'll just outright kill him. We did upgrade the crossbow, so we'll do more damage now. Now, the whip does great sweeping attack. Like you see, it is very good range. But I don't recommend it right here because there's too many dogs. There's way too many dogs. Just use the knife. It is their kryptonite. Now, the lizards are found in the same place they were in the tutorial area. The same area, except now, like I said, there's 2 of them. And we're going to bait one to come to us because we do not want to deal with both at the same time. And I'm just going to shoot the closest one here. Not going to do much damage, but the only thing is to get him to come towards us here. And I don't know what I'm using my whip for. Should have got Chaos Blade out for this one. Guess I was curious how much damage it would do. God, this lag. I gotta get me a capture card. I don't recommend fighting him where I'm fighting him. I'm kind of in a tight spot here. I just scared. I didn't want to aggro the other guy. Eventually, I came to my senses and used Chaos Blade. You can bleed these guys. I think I even missed a repost on this guy. Oh, great. Yeah, I did aggro the other guy. At least the other one's almost dead. You can lure one up to the elevated position and try to finish the other guy off. And then I tried to do that and then realized, well, this is the guy that I haven't even damaged yet. So I was having a bit of a problem here. Got one of them, and you get 2 Titanite scales for that one, so it's definitely worth killing these guys. We need 15 Titanite scales, so really nothing to it. Just don't get greedy. I was getting too greedy here, too impatient. I mean, sure, they do more damage than the ones in the tutorial, but still. Alright, we got another scale. I think it was just 1 that time. We get a total of 3, I think, for killing those lizards. Now, to finish the video, guys, we're going to do suicide runs. Multiple suicide runs. So we're going to use all of our souls before we proceed forward. So we're going to go to Firelink and use our souls up. And then we're going to die. We're going to die at least 3 to 4, maybe 5 times, but it's intentional. We need to get some Twinkling Titanite, and the best way to do that is to just suicide run it, because the areas are heavily guarded by ridiculous enemies that we're just not ready for right now. So we're just going to run up to them. We're going to get our decks up a little bit there. If you have any garbage souls left, just use them. So we're going to use them here. We're just going to buy some shards. Just make sure you empty your soul count as much as possible, because you're going to die. There's no doubt about it. You're going to die. I don't think it's... I mean, maybe it's possible, but the way I'm going to do it, yeah, there's just no intention of living. First, we're going to run through the area and get some chunks, and I think we're going to get 1 Twinkling Titanite, and we're going to open up an area that has some hidden items. And then we're going to do our Twinkling Titanite run, which is going to kill us multiple times. But we're going to Lothric Castle, guys, and this area is near the end game. It's one of the last areas of the game you're supposed to go to, so we're not really supposed to be here. But we can run around, get some items, and we'll just die, and who cares? We're going to get Twinkling Titanite, and we're going to have enough to upgrade our Chaos Blade to max, to +4. We'll still need a slab to get it to +5, but we're going to use the 1 slab that we're going to get the first slab we're going to get, we're going to use it on the whip. We'll use our second slab on the Chaos Blade. But here, we're just going to run past these knights. And all you have to do is light this bonfire. You don't have to sit at it. That's one thing I like about Dark Souls 3. You don't have to sit at the bonfire. You just have to light it, and it'll count as your last place that you rested. So, I just don't want to die at this point, so we're just going to go... And look how fast it works. See how that fast that you get out of the danger? The coiling sword fragment is definitely a priceless item, guys. I mean, it's kind of tempting to get a slab out of it, but no. It's not worth it, in my opinion. So now, the knights have been reset, so we don't have to worry about them. But we do have some other issues ahead of us. We're going to unlock this chest here, and we'll get like a robe or something. Robe of prayer. Now, there's a chunk right ahead of us. We're going to just run around and get some items. There's a lot of chunks in this area, and there's a Twinkling Titanite that we're going to get as well. But first, see, I try to get I think I get the Twinkling here. I wanted to go up the ladder because there's a hidden area up here. I nearly got killed there. Oh, don't worry, our deaths are coming. They're coming in droves. I have no intentions of living. We're going to go ahead and get this chunk. We're probably going to die. Yep, we're dead here. Or not. Thought I died. Well, I managed to get back to the ladder after all. Blue Tearstone Ring is the winner again. Comes through in the clutch. Now there's an invisible wall here somewhere. Illusionary wall. To the right. Yeah, there we go. I don't think the enemies will follow you in here. There's a shield. I thought there was something else up here, but I guess not. I was hoping for a scale or something, but I guess I was wrong. Still nice to get the unique items in, even if we're not going to use them right away. You try to plunge attack this guy. Oh yeah, got him too. Yeah, that's our first death, guys. There's going to be many more. We're just trying to get the items, and I really didn't need to go up that ladder, really, to be honest. But the next couple areas we definitely want to go to, but we're not going to live. It's too dangerous. There's that the enemy that we fought near the Road of Sacrifices bonfire. The Outrider Knight. We had to fight another. Well, we're not going to fight him. We're just going to get the item and let him kill us. But he's got 4 chests in his room, and all of them. We want all of the chests. They have Twinkling Titanite, Scale, and I think something else. I'm not sure exactly, but we're going to go ahead and get that chunk and die again. I'm going to start editing out these loading screens. Alright, back at it again. Now, we're going to go get some Twinkling Titanite, and we're going to get a bonfire. Another lag spike. My God, this lag. This might be the worst video I've ever made, as far as lag. Now we want to go up these stairs. Just keep rolling. Pretty easy to get past these guys. Just do a sharp left and get this bonfire here. There's an ember right there you can get. And we are going to get it. There's another ember up top as well. But it's guarded by a Lothric Knight. We're still going to go up there though. We really don't care about dying. This whole thing is a suicide run basically, so. There it is, right in front of him. Well, no, I don't think that's actually an ember. I think that's some kind of weapon or something. Yeah. Now, for this part, we're going to go left and drop down this bridge here. The dragons will be triggered. Now, there's a Puss of Man down here. You just get the item. You can try to kill the guy before he spawns into the Puss of Man, but just get the Twinkling Titanite and run. And there's more chunks along the way. You'll get one here and one here. Try to heal up because we got to kill a crystal lizard coming up to get 2 twinkling titanite, which is huge. So we got to kill this crystal lizard up here as fast as we can because there's enemies on our tail. So we're probably going to die here, most likely. We got the twinkling titanite. Now, I continued on to get the sniper crossbow. You don't have to do this, but yeah, this is a dead end, so you're going to die here, no doubt, if you go get this item, unless you drop off. And whoa, man, he just went off on me. Yep, another death in the books there. All right, back at it again. Another area we're going to go to, and this is the most dangerous of all the areas, guys. We're going to die at least 3 to 4 times coming up here, but it's worth it. We're going to get multiple titanite, twinkling titanite, and we're going to get a scale. So it's definitely worth dying a few times coming to here. Now, you could try to dodge these guys, but they have great range, and they're usually going to hit you. Try to heal as soon as you can, because you want to have as much health as possible when you get to this next room. Take a sharp right here. Go down the stairs and start opening chests. You may not even get an item the first time around. There's 4 chests down here. Try to open and get as many as you can. There's 2 twinkling titanite in this one. You'll get attacked by the Outrider Knight. And we got the scale. I was still alive at some point. I still managed to get 2 out of the 4. Alright, back at it again. We're going to edit it. So we're back at it again. And we got one over here. That's a shield. I didn't know that. I thought that was something else. But this is the one you want. And of course I'm not going to have enough life to get it. And we're dead again. And edit again. Back at it again, and we're gonna get it. One more twinkling titanite. Now we're gonna go out in style, guys. There's a dragon up here. We're gonna try to loot as many items as we can before we die. There's some embers and stuff we can get. There's an ember up here, I think. Now, the dragon will kill us. It's inevitable. I got another ember there. And we're dead. Alright guys, we did enough we could there. And that's going to be it for the episode. We are in good standings now to really start our quest.